And you just lay it down on that indentation between their lip and their chin. And then you just press back gently.
Back or down?
Straight towards the table.
Down.
Straight towards hell. Does that feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna hold it. Because when you compress the jaw, you release all the muscles around it and you quiet the nervous system. So this is good for someone who's agitated. Because when muscles are compressed, the nervous system relaxes, and the jaw is very important in nervous system activation.
How much
There you come
force is on that?
Not much.
Not much, okay.
I'll do it on you. The next thing you can do is simply separate your teeth. I'm going to press back and forth and see. She's restricted in going from right to left, even though she said she's very hypermobile. So whichever side it won't flow towards, this is in your notes, it's that side you're going to work on. You come from the corner of the jaw, you come in a tiny wince, and then you press straight up towards the top of the head. This you can also do to yourself, so try it. Come to the corner of your jaw, go slightly in, and then push straight up towards the top of your head on muscle. It's not the pleasantest thing you ever felt in your entire life. But on the other hand, John, you're doing it to yourself, and I'm not doing it to you, so it can't be that bad. Okay? After you do that, your jaw probably, almost undoubtedly, will be able to move to the side it didn't move to. So whichever side it's tight on, it won't flow to the other side. So hopefully that's enough. Release your teeth from each other. Yeah, do you see it? Now it moves. She's got cracking, that's a whole different problem, okay? But now I'd like you to press sideways into my finger. Good, and release. Press about half that much to the other side. And release, beautiful. Press that out to the, good, and release. You're just gonna press to the right, because that's where she's shaking. Press to the right, and let go. Half that much.
Wow.
Press to the right, and let go. Half that much. Press to the right, and let go. That's enough. Press to the right, and let go. Take a deep breath. Press to the right, and let go. Now I'd like you to breathe in and hold your breath, because she's still getting agitated, which anybody would if something feels like it's going to dislocate. I want you to breathe, exhale. Breathe in very deeply, hold your breath while you do the next thing. Okay, so breathe in, hold your breath, press to the right lightly, and release, half that much. Stop, let your air out. You're gonna have to press much less than that because you're shaking a lot, and I don't want you moving out of joint. Take a deep breath and hold it. Press lightly to the right. Good, and let go. Press lightly to the right. So good, and let go. Press to the right with your jaw, good, and release. And last time, press to the right, and now let your breath out, if you didn't already, okay?
So are you just meeting her at,
I'm just meeting her resistance, but I'm trying to get her to move as much as she can where she's not going into a shake. Because if I arouse her autonomic nervous system, then these changes won't stay. She has to be in a relaxed state in order for the changes to be integrated, okay? Now I want you to press to open your mouth very lightly and relax. I don't want you to actually open your mouth. I want to resist you. So press down and release. A little bit less than that. Press down and release. Very good. Press down and release. Good. Now I'm going to hold your mouth a little bit open, separate your teeth, and I want you to close your mouth and release. Close and let go. Okay, I see what's going on here, so I'm going to help you. Close your mouth and let go. Good. Close your mouth and release. Good. 2 more times. Close and release, and do like a quarter of that. Close and let go. Now I'm going to close your jaw. I just want you to hang out with your mouth, with your jaw closed. Remember that when you close a joint, the muscles relax and the whole nervous system relaxes. But I don't want to bring her into extension, right? Because extension would be base of skull extension, and that also is arousing and nasty. I'm going to do this same one again, just with a different hand position. Just going to take her straight back. Exactly. Because I need to relax her. Everybody could see her get kind of freaked out, and who wouldn't? You weren't freaked out? You're
No.
just shaking.
when I go to the dentist, it's automatic.
Right,
My
so we don't
muscles
want that.
can't hold it.
Right, we don't want that. We want to take her where she's successful.
Yeah, I'm not freaking out
Okay,
at
good.
all.
I'm glad to hear that. Jaw to the right. Jaw to the left. Jaw to the right. Now it's moving anyway. Jaw to the left. Good. I'm resisting you. Jaw to the right. She's moving really hard. And relax. Jaw to the right. That's the side you're weaker on, so that's what you need to practice yourself on. To the right, good, and relax, and to the right. You only want to practice to where you can do it without too much shaking, and it's the right side, it's going to the right that you're weaker on. So I'm going to stimulate that muscle. On this side, I was releasing it. Here, I'm going to do it, go in, and I'm going to stimulate it. This is the muscle you need to use in order to be able to not shake. Okay, this is your lateral pterygoid, medial pterygoid, sorry, and that's what you want to move. Okay. All right, so go to the right, no shaking, and release. Okay, I'm going to stimulate it again. You did such a good job of moving, of like letting this muscle really be active, and I want to see you do it again. Jaw to the right. Fantastic, okay? That's what you're going to do yourself. It's really easy to do, okay?
What do I use, my thumb?
Yep.
Or here?
Find the thing, use your thumb, go straight towards the top of your head. You know what a muscle feels like.
Yep.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. So, if you're a person doing it yourself, you can do the Edvard Munch, okay? So you're going to take your hands over your heel of your hand under this. Go ahead, do it. Hands up along your face, and then you're just going to traction down. But not so much the chin. You really want to do the back as much as the chin. So you're opening the joint downwards. Now, only for you, Karen, you can also try to bring the back of your jaw up while you're doing this. So try to bring the back of the jaw up, and then release and take it down, and then bring it up, and then release and take it down. But for everybody else, you don't need that. You could also work on these muscles up here, but for her, I think most of all, it's to get the jaw to move around. I want you to slowly open your mouth a little bit. Go ahead, a little bit, and then close it. Go to the right, and coming back, go to the left. Good. Go to the right, I'm going to resist. And relax. Go to the left. Yeah. So now we're at a point where she's actually able to do it. Like I went and did something else, but she still had the strength there. So you can do this, right? You're going to release on this side, and you're going to activate on this side. Sometimes they're the same thing, right? Like you could just do the same thing on both sides, it would still work. But
Okay.
what you could do is be soft and slow here and really focus on releasing. And on this side,
Activate
your
it.
fingers could be going, come on, baby, let's do it. Come on, time to get up, you know, and do it. I think that's going to help you a lot. I think the big thing is that you're weak going this way. Because I tested you closing your mouth, I tested you opening your mouth. One more thing that I didn't test is bring your lower jaw forward. Okay, and then come down. That's also unstable. So we're going to test that. So come forward. Good, and relax. Now you're going to come forward and to the right. Good, and relax. That needs help. So come forward and to the right. Good, and release. And come forward and to the left. No problems there, and release. Forward and to the right. Great, and release. Again to the right. Forward and to the right. Good, and release. And this one you could do until you feel like you can't do it without shaking. Forward and to the right. And release. She's actually getting stronger as she does it. You're getting stronger as you do it, and what that means is you need activation, right? Because otherwise, if it was weakness, you'd get worse as you went on. Okay, so these are the ones going back like this, which you can do for them, they can
I'm
do.
out.
Lying down or sitting up. You're out? Your jaw's out of position?
It just needs to adjust itself.
Okay, so let me see. Let me feel you. Let me feel you. Let me feel you, please. You have to relax your mouth so I can move you. Do you want me to adjust it in the way it's restricted?
Just to stop the clicking, like?
Well, I don't know if it'll stop the clicking, but I have to see a direction that it's restricted, and I can adjust it in that direction. Sorry. I'm trying to rush, and I don't want to rush on something so serious. I need your weight on my arm. That's all I need from you. Okay. Now I'll move it around and see if it still feels like it's,
It's better.
yeah.
But
It'll
it's
continue
not-
to get better.
That I don't think is in the scope of our practice.
No, you wouldn't be doing that. But you could
Yeah.
do that type of thing, but, you know, you could just take her to that position and mobilize her.
Right.
There's no difference, it's just this is a little faster. And things that are faster aren't necessarily better, right? Because a lot of times you want to do the thing that's slower because they're going to integrate it better. But she specifically said, I know this feeling, this is the feeling when I'm not integrated. And I don't want her anxious that it's not going to integrate, and that's why I did the adjustment. Okay, so anyway, there's this one. You can close the jaw. Anything you do from your ears is going to change the jaw. Put your pinkies in your, wait, before you do it, you won't be able to hear. Put your pinkies in your ears, open and close your jaw, you'll be able to feel your jaw joint.
Yeah. Mine's really big on one side.
Can you feel it? So that's a nice way to,
What was I gonna hear? Because I couldn't hear what I was hearing.
you would feel your jaw joint. If you go down a little bit.
Mine pops out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, you can work on this muscle that's like a peacock feather, but those are things you already know how to do. You don't need me to teach you how to do that. This one down here is really important. Masseter, I don't work on that much. I don't think it's that important, like, as a... I think this one and this one are probably a lot more important. And moving the jaw around, like closing the jaw, opening the jaw. Indirect techniques, there's a lot of them. Soft lips, there's a great one. Imagining that you are being fed a margarita from an eyedropper. And when you start to salivate, or it could be lemon juice for those of you that are on the wagon. When the lemon juice hits your salivary glands back here and you start to salivate, that's where you need to release because that's where the jaw joint is. So that's a good image. There are 2 podcasts on my website, so it's on your class plan. Go to my website, go to the podcast. There are 2 different jaw, one supposedly for clients, one supposedly for body workers, but it's a lot of the same material.
Cool.